Meditation I do on the regular. Most of the time I don't be on my cellular. Mother nature a vibe, I'm telling you. If I don't keep it real, then I'm failing you. You a god, they don't want you to know it. You got light that's within and you glowing. Fuck the shit that the matrix is showing. Only you gon' find out where you going. I can never go back to the old me. If you been out my life, you don't know me. Once I control my mind, I control me. I let go of the lies that they told me. I'ma stand on my words, nigga, boldly. I was trapped, now I'm setting my soul free. Yeah.
Oh, have a drink, man. I do it. It's not like, no, I just don't drink. But I noticed I was in a point in my life where it was like, I felt like I had to. Like, whenever I was going out, it was just natural. Oh, just let me get a drink. Let me get a drink. We on tour every day. Let's get a drink. Which seemed inconsequential to me, right? But then I started to notice around the time I was like, yo, what am I doing this for? Like, why am I doing this? And then tracing back all the things in my life, that where did it start, where my childhood, where did it come from? And I was like, let me stop doing it. And it was my man's birthday. This was 2015. And I was like, I'm gonna just try tonight. I'm gonna go out, I'm not gonna drink. And this is like unheard of. You know, in my life, it's like, yo.
What's wrong with you?
Yeah, like,
right.
I would never even would have thought the day would have came where I would have stopped drinking. Because to me, it wasn't a big deal, you know what I mean? But this is when I noticed it was a big deal. Because when I tried to go out that night and like not drink, I could feel the pull and the tug. It wasn't like I was like, yo, I ain't drinking no more. And it was like, oh, easy.
Yeah.
No problem. No, I felt the pull and the tug for mad long. Like, putting myself in these situations. And when I noticed that pull and that tug, that like, that my body, my mind was telling me like, yo, and then I was like, damn, I want to like have a drink. That's what let me know like, oh, like something's there, right? So.
Good morning, family. First and foremost, like the video. If you're loving the content on the channel, subscribe. I don't know about y'all, but I'm loving this life experience right now. I'm really benefiting from a whole lot of things. So many opportunities are opening up for me. Y'all gotta let me know down in the comments how y'all doing. But first and foremost, the main topic of the video is a big one that I always talk about with everyone that I see. It's recognizing the pull of the ego. I'm pretty sure I put a video of J. Cole explaining it at the beginning. But when I first heard that, it hit me and I understood it so much. It's like people don't understand that their ego, unless you know the ego, is controlling most of what you do in this daily life. For example, like if you have an addiction to something and you truly don't want to do it, but there's something, it's like there's just something pulling you towards that thing. It's when you realize that you're being pulled towards it is when you can recognize the pull of the ego. And that's when you start to have a little revelation in yourself to realize that I don't want to do this, but there's something in my head that's forcing me to try to do it. A whole lot of people are being forced to do things that they truly don't want to do, but they don't recognize that it's the ego that's at work doing these things. So they're constantly being caught slipping by the ego. That's why I have this shirt, know your ego, no ego, bro. So important to learn about the ego and recognize it when it's in action, because the ego is very manipulative and it takes control when the person that is ruling is too weak to understand it. So that's why you got to recognize the pull. Like for me, I'll take me an example. I have loved Mary Jane so much, smoking, that doja, you already know. But there comes a certain time where I just had to stop, and I felt this pull, like telling me, go get some, go smoke some weed, go do that, go do it. And I'm just saying no. Like, you have to be self-disciplined enough to tell yourself no. You can't allow these pleasures to take over you. One thing that I always tell myself is that I'm not this human body. Everything that you become addicted to in this world is to benefit this human body. The ego thinks that it's this human body, you see? But you are not this. You are the soul that lives within it. And some of the stuff that you are doing that the ego loves to do with this body is not good for the soul. So you have to make a conscious decision that if it's not good for my soul, I just don't want to do it. You see, that's the main reason I really don't drink alcohol anymore, because alcohol is not good for the soul. And the ego loves alcohol. Hey, speaking to y'all right now, ego loves alcohol from how it makes the body feel. You see? The ego just loves stuff because the ego thinks that it's this body. So it's going to do anything to make this body feel good. But most of the time when the ego is doing that, it's not good for your soul. You have to put your soul first because you are not this human body. You're not going to take anything that you leave from this planet on to the next life. We come here with nothing, we leave with nothing. The ego thinks that you're going to keep all of this forever. Don't let the ego take over you. You got to recognize the pull, and you have to be self-disciplined to tell yourself, no, I'm not doing that. It's not good for me, my soul. Just because it's good for your body, just because it makes your body feel good, doesn't mean it's good. Don't harm yourself for a little time of pleasure. Y'all stay up. I'm out. Peace.